Hi everyone, welcome to CodeChef. So far, we've been working with hard coded values in our programs. But what if you want your program to be interactive? What if you want users to enter their own dataset? That's where input operators come in. They let your programs communicate with users. By the end of part 1, you will understand how to use scanf to read different types of data from users and how to use getChar and putChar for single character input and output. These are fundamental skills for making interactive programs, whether you're building calculators, games, or any applications that needs user input. Always code along with me on CodeChef. The link is in the description below. And make sure you actually run these programs and type in your own inputs. That's how you'll truly understand how input operators work. First, I'll explain the scanf function and show you how to read integers, floats, and other data types. Then we'll learn about getChar and putChar for reading and displaying single characters. For each concept, we'll write complete interactive programs together and I'll explain every line in detail. Input operations build on everything we've learned: variables, data types, and format specifiers. Make sure you're comfortable with those concepts before diving in.
Now let's talk about input operations in C. So far, all our programs have used hard-coded values. For example, int age is equal to 25, which is like a fixed value, or float price is equal to 99.99, which is again a fixed value. This is fine for learning, but real programs need to be interactive. Users should be able to enter their name, input numbers for calculations, provide data, make choices in program. So how do we get input in C? C provides several functions for reading input from the keyboard. Scanf that reads formatted inputs, getChar reads a single character, and fgets reads a line of text. Now let's look at input versus output. For output, we've been using printf to display information. But for input, we'll use scanf and other functions to receive information. All these functions are in stdio.h, which is the standard library we have been using all along. Now let's start with the most common input function, scanf. What is scanf? Scanf stands for scan formatted. It reads data from the keyboard according to a specific format. The syntax for the same is scanf, format specifier, and variable name. The format specifier tells scanf what type of data to expect. %d for integers, %f for floats, %lf for doubles, %c for characters, and %s for strings. Now variable address is where to store the input. We use the AND operator before the variable name. This gives scanf the memory location where it should store the data. The AND operator is very important. You must use AND before the variable name, except for strings. Now for example, int age, in the first line you can see scanf %d, and age. It is correct with the AND. In the second line you can see the AND is missing, so it will not know where in memory to put the data. The AND gives it the address. Remember these common format specifiers, and now let's see scanf in action with a basic scanf example. So here in this program, it asks the user for their favorite number. Here you can see we've used our standard input-output library and our main function. So in line 4, we declare an integer variable called favorite number. We are not initializing it with a value because we're going to get the value from the user using scanf. Now, scanf %d and favorite number. This is where we get the input from the user. So %d is the format specifier, tells scanf that we are expecting an integer, and favorite number is the address. So here our program pauses waiting for the user to give an input, and whatever number the user types, for example 7 over here, once we press enter, the scanf reads the number, it stores it, and the program continues to the next line. Now here we use printf to display what we have entered. The percentile d is the format string which will be replaced by the value of the favorite number. So here we have entered 7. We run this code, and since the user input was 7, it prints the favorite number as 7. Now that you understand the basics, let's see how to read different types of data. So reading an integer, it is int age, scanf, percentile d is used. Reading a float, it's float price, for example, scanf, percentile f is used. Here both of the examples for integer and float, we use the and variable. Reading a double, for example, double distance, scanf, percentile lf is used and again is used. You have to note that if percentile lf for input and not percentile f. Alright. Reading a character, car, grade, scanf, percentile c. And you need to remember that float versus double. For scanf, we use percentile f for float and percentile lf for double, but for printf, we use percentile f for both float and double. Keep this in mind and don't mix them up. Always remember to match types. Here int, number, scanf, percentile d is the correct way to go about it. Percentile f cannot be used for an integer. You can also read multiple values at once. So suppose integer x comma y, scanf, percentile d to give each of the values, and you can whatever value has to be entered can be entered. Now let's learn about two simple functions for working with single characters. What are getChar and putChar? GetChar reads a single character from keyboard. putChar displays a single character on screen. These are simpler than scanf printf when you need only one character. The syntax for getChar is char ch is equal to getChar. How it works is you have to wait for the user to type a character. It reads that character, it returns it as an integer, but we usually store it in char. It returns end of file if there's an error. And for putChar, the syntax is putChar character. How it works is it takes a character as argument, displays it on screen, and returns the character written. Now let's look at a program that reads a character and displays it back. Now here in line 4, we declare a character variable called ch to store the user's input. Now this will hold a single character, one letter, digit or symbol. Now in the next line, ch is equal to getChar. This reads a single character from the keyboard. Now how getChar works is that the program pauses waiting for the user to type out an input. Whatever user types a character, for example A, that is the input. User presses enter to submit. getChar reads the character, takes the input, here A in that case, returns the character, gives back A, stored in ch, and the variable ch now contains A. So what is important here is getChar reads one character only. If user types multiple characters, getChar only takes the first one. So now here let us look at the printf line. So now this printf will display whatever the user has put as an input. Now in the next line, we use putChar ch. How putChar works is it takes ch as argument. Ch contains here whatever the user has put as an input. It displays it on the screen and it prints the input, and it returns the character, gives back the input, which next helps in print again. So now when you run the program, you can see that the input that we inserted, here I changed the value to z, is returned back to us. Now suppose instead of an alphabet, we enter 5 as a digit, and we get 5 as our output. Now suppose we change the input as to hello. We enter hello. What we get as an output here after we run is just simple H. So what happens here is only the first character is read. The rest remain in the input buffer. Now we'll talk about this later. Now let's understand what getcar and putcar were. So basically, getcar reads a single character from keyboard. Putcar displays a single character on screen. Both are simple than scanf and printf for single characters. Getcar returns the characters. Putcar takes the character as argument. Only the first typed character is captured. Now let's summarize when to use each input function. You use scanf to read formatted data, read different data types when you need to skip white space automatically. And we use getcar to read a single character only. Simple character input and when we want minimal code.
Excellent work completing part 1. Now you understand how to make your programs interactive using scanf, getcar and putcar. Head over to CodeChef and practice reading different types of input. Keep practicing and I'll see you in the next video. Happy coding!